The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business. Right here in Central New York. The Local Show is locally produced by Zoey Advertising. Now your hosts, Tom and Steve.
All right, folks, we're back. Thank you for joining Tom and Steve, or at least joining Steve. I'm only half here. I'm mezza mort, as we say in Italian.
Does that mean allergies are killing me? What does that mean?
1 foot in the grave.
Oh, okay. You've been quite the snuffy guy here the last few weeks.
Yeah, the allergies are just nuts out there. Beautiful. Love the flowers. Love this time of year. I don't know what it's doing to me, though. I don't know.
Is it specific to stuff in your yard, or is it just like everywhere?
No, it just seems like everywhere. Yeah, it's been tough. So you wanted to talk about Charlie a little bit?
I just wanted to let people know Charlie Mattress Makers on Bridge Street is having a Memorial Day sale for the next couple weeks. If you're going to get a mattress, don't go anywhere else. You're buying it from the factory with Charlie, and they're knocking another 10% off already. So if you want to pay 3 times more, go to one of the people that will give you a rocket ship if you buy a mattress or something. If you want a mattress and you want a good price and a well-made company that's been doing it, 100 years, go over to Mattress Makers. They got a sale. Say, hey, I heard you got a sale. And so even better than normal, Bridge Street behind Henry Wilson Jewelers. And they do have that little outlet store right across from Chick-fil-A.
Yes,
say Mattress Makers. But if you don't buy from Charlie, you paid way too much.
There you go. All right. It's our pleasure to bring back on the show Lou Burke. He is the owner of Admiral Canvas Co. How are you there, Lou?
Fantastic. How are yourself?
Well, I'm hanging right in there, buddy. Hanging right in there. So tell people about what you do. What is your business when we talk about canvases?
Yeah, I make boat canvas. I do some medical stuff.
When you say you do medical stuff,
you're a surgeon?
You sell drugs, or what do you do?
Don't sell drugs. I'm definitely not a surgeon.
Okay.
What I do is kind of reupholster all the medical beds and stuff like that in the off season.
Yeah. Some of that can be very uncomfortable, but then some of it can be very comfortable. Like, do you use any leather, or is it just all
I
canvas?
try to buy local,
and
I kind of get some foam from Albany Supply.
Yeah.
And I buy some vinyls from a company called United Pacific Hide and Leather.
Because some of the stuff that I've sat on, especially like in chiropractor's office or massage beds, they have a very soft and supple.
Yes, an ultra leather.
Is that what that's called?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Does it last? I mean, how long does it last before it needs you to come in and fix it?
Well, it's treated, so it lasts a pretty long time. Mm-hmm. The foam kind of deteriorates after a period of time. You can see as they get more uncomfortable.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But
sure.
like a dental chair, which is a nightmare and a horror story for me because those things scare me. Yeah. How long does one of those last?
Well, they try to. These manufacturers try to make them last 6 years for the dentist.
Okay, and that's somebody sitting in it like all the time.
Yeah,
commercially. Where you're commercial, a lot of people.
Okay, so how is that different than fixing boat camp?
Boat stuff is different. It's like what started as my hobby. And everybody has to have the canvas.
Yeah. So what's the process of if someone has cushions that are ripped or something? What's the process? How does someone get their problem solved?
They go about calling me at 315-885-5568 at Admiral Canvas Company, and we schedule it, and we come in, fill out a work order, and we get it done for it.
Yeah, but
pretty simple.
It sounds like it's going to be crazy expensive.
It's not that bad.
Okay.
I mean, what we think is expensive, everything out there is expensive right now.
Yeah,
right.
And it's what is it is what it is.
So, who's your competition?
It's really not competitive. I mean, there's only a few companies in the area that do what we do.
Yeah,
and they're all good guys. Everybody but you only can fit so many people in a window of what we have.
Right.
We have 11 weeks, and that's it for the canvas business.
But you got a building.
Yeah, I got a beautiful location at 400 Brown Ave.
Okay,
it's nice.
Nobody knows where 400 Brown Ave is.
I do.
It's right off Factory.
I do. It's over by Factory Ave.
See?
I do actually.
What's it near?
Across the street from Tom's Performance.
Oh, of course.
And across the street from Patricia Electric.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
It's a perfect little neighborhood back there.
Yeah, nice.
There's a lot of nice companies, a lot of nice people.
So you can make everything from a Bimini cover to
a full enclosure,
or on a boat.
Yeah, or a cockpit cover, bow cover that everybody's going to need.
Or if somebody had a pop-up camper and
no campers. I can't do everything. I want to keep right to the boats. And
YouTube listeners, he just like made it. He's like, no campers. I can feel it. Did you get bit by a camper as a kid?
Do you know how many phone calls I get from campers?
Yeah,
and if somebody wanted to start a business and do that, start fixing campers, they should do that.
See, because that's not a different structure and all that kind of stuff.
Different stuff. Yeah,
you'd have to gear up for that,
right? And you got so many boat supplies you got to carry. For the boaters,
of course.
And then you got supplies you got to carry for the medical stuff and the dental stuff, and that's where it gets expensive, where you're holding all the stuff.
Would you put the seats if there was a ripped seat in a diner? Would you take care of that?
Yes,
too?
I take care of those too.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we just did a new. One of the restaurants, an Arabic restaurant's opened up in Manlius. They did a big wall, a whole booth that covered 18 foot of wall.
Wow.
And what a nice way they decorated that place. It's right there by the ice cream parlor.
I'll have to go up there. I love that kind of food.
Yeah, he's a real good guy.
Yeah.
Real nice people.
Great.
And the whole thing.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. We ought to get like diner stools in here to sit on and have them do it. The big chrome ones with a nice big red seat. You can come in and do it.
It seems like I always find the coil at the old diners. You sit down and maybe the leather, whatever, the leather is fine, but there always seems to be something pointed.
Yep, always something pointed, a spring or something.
So
get you.
So just so people know, not only can he do the tops of the boat, the canvas covers and stuff like that, he can also do the seats. So if you have need seat cushion repair and all that, you can do all that.
Right, and I'm running a special. I want to see how many.
Oh, are you?
I want to see how many fans you guys really
We
have.
don't.
Well, fans with boats
I want to see the fans
You'll
with the boats, with Steve with the fishing. So I'm going to give everybody 10% off in the month of June for a cockpit cover, bow cover. And I'm going to start keeping track of these, how many listeners
you
got
let
that.
me know
they
how many
have to
we
be a
did.
listener, you and Steve, and let's see how many fans.
So what's a cryptic cockpit? What did you say?
A cockpit cover and a bow cover.
Okay, what's a cockpit cover?
A cockpit cover is the top of your windshield back to your stern of your boat that snaps on.
Okay, I know what
that you wrestle with.
Yes.
And extensions because you're
I
just
hate
short.
that thing.
I understand. Because there's nothing, at the end of the day of boating, nobody wants to put their canvas on their boat.
Right.
It's like a chore.
Yes.
And you could imagine when you putting it on once, when I'm putting it on 4 or 5 times to get fittings.
And then when it shrinks a little bit, then you can't get to the snaps.
Right. But if it's always snapped, it won't shrink.
I see.
So if you leave that snap that's not snapped, it's eventually going to shrink.
Shrink up.
Right. Yeah. And it's like huge. My last week here is I've done 2 pontoon boat covers.
Yeah.
And it's 24, 25 yards of fabric.
Wow.
And I'm getting older, so I hired 2 young men to work for me that are doing great.
What are they doing? Tell me about your new hires.
Oh, okay. I hired Brandon and Jacob Gunnup. Brandon Burke is they're both just learning, and they've been with me for a while, and they've learned so much, and I'm so proud of both kids.
And you don't have to do the painful stuff, maybe a little less?
No, because the other day, we were doing a doctor's boat out of Dr. Farrell out of Skinny Atlas. And I'm the one inside the gunnel up in the hole. And Tracy came in and she goes, "Why is the old man in there when the young guys are there?" So I'm getting older. We're all getting older.
Yeah.
But I still dive in. I just can't have the young guys outdo me.
You're smart. So someone has a boat that needs something addressed in the canvas and the seats and things. Admiral Canvas Co.com.
It's Admiral Canvas Co.com.
Okay, and it's if you want to call and talk to Lou, he'll tell you where you're at. You're 885-5568, 885-5568.
And remember, the month of June, the 10% off, that could be a big number.
That could be a big number.
A couple $100 here or there, it helps everybody, especially in this economy.
Thank you, Lou.
All right. Thanks, Lou. Have a great rest of the day. Kate Flannery's up next. She's the executive director of the upstate New York chapters of the Alzheimer's Association. Stick around for that conversation on the local show on 570 WSYR.